It's time, Chandra. This song's been out for a while, and you've been sick.
Yes.
And I refuse.
Almost died.
I refuse to do anything Tom Macdonald without Chandra. It's just...
Yes, I've been avoiding the music also.
The song that he did is called End of the World, featuring John Rich. So, featuring a country music legend. And on the cover, he is wearing a country music, like, troubadour outfit.
Oh.
His own version of it, with, like, a bandana and glasses, but he's got, like, long tassels.
You know how you never know what you're going to get?
Yes.
I wonder what we're about to get.
I'm so excited for it. So here we are, End of the World, Tom Macdonald featuring John Rich. We're going to watch it. We're going to react to it.
Do you think it's going to be country?
Sorry. It's probably going to have some country elements, I imagine.
ruined your little let's talk about
That's all right. You know, oh, wow, this thing, it'll hold. It'll keep. Let's talk about it. This content is brought to you by NotGospelStudios.com. If you want to support the channel but don't know how, just click on over to NotGospelStudios.com, follow and subscribe to us on all of our listening platforms, and then click the store icon where you can purchase Not Gospel Studios merch, including custom spray art. If you'd like your own custom spray art painting, just click the custom spray art icon, and as you're checking out, in the additional notes section, tell us what you want on your painting. We'll create your painting, post the video of it, and you can watch the entire process of how your painting was created while you're waiting for your custom artwork to arrive at your door. As always, thank you guys so much for listening and watching and supporting, and keep being awesome, because that's how God made you.
I know the end is near, the television telling lies. I know for sure the revolution won't be televised. I know that we've been waiting patiently for better times. We fell asleep and men are blind, can't recognize it's genocide. Feel like the bomb about...
Already so much he said. I know the revolution won't be televised. That is true. The riots going on in Paris and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And there's stuff going on in Jerusalem. It's not on CNN.
Mm-hmm. No. I have become much more convinced that there is an entity,
suppressing,
not just the money, an entity in control of things.
I knew it.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm down with lizard people.
Illuminati, at least.
But there's at least an organization. Now think about it. The world's biggest atheists in Hollywood and all that, they say they try to preach no religion whatsoever, but then they all come out worshiping Satan. So if people just had a brain, they'd realize they are proving the existence of God by worshiping the opposite. Because you can't believe in Satan without believing in God.
Okay.
Feel like the bomb about to drop out of the clouds. Another virus going airborne, go hide inside your house. Farmers watching crops die, they drying up with droughts. Angry people forming crowds and trying to burn the cities down. This is Armageddon, martial law for our protection. I talk to God but it's long distance and I lost reception. Forest fires and oil spills are the awful lessons. I'm just waiting for the devil to take over heaven. This is biblical, I swear it's in the Bible. We keep killing one another and we dying for survival. We used to fight for peace, we put our flowers in their rifles. Now we're about to be extinct, every man, woman, and child.
It's the end of the world, I will do better next time. Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. If it's the end of the world, I know that I have lived my life to the fullest. Yeah, the fullest.
What do you think about that chorus?
How's he going to do better next time around? What's that mean?
Well, Tom Macdonald always sounds very Christian at times in terms of his faith, what he believes. He talks about the Bible, it's all written in the Bible and everything. So then him throwing in something that maybe not necessarily Christian faith in there, saying if it's the end of the world, I will do better next time, doesn't surprise me, because I think he keeps a little bit of ambiguity with his faith and what he believes.
Yeah.
So
as far as songwriting goes, though, I like this very much. I'm enjoying it, and the way the chorus took off, I like that, and the video's looking so good.
Yeah. So musically, I like it. The little guitar part I think is really cool. It's kind of almost outer spacey kind of thing. Like I really dig that. He's rapping so fast.
Yeah, and packing in so much info.
I did not expect that. He usually has a cadence that's it's quick, but it's not like Eminem and all that kind of like super fast. It's like kind of a quick thing. But there's parts here where he's cramming so much in. I feel like you could pause, go back and listen to that line again and unpack it.
I feel like I do need to.
Yeah. Really good song, though.
Yeah.
His outfits are hilarious.
Well, and then we saw him in just a ball cap. I like seeing his different styles.
You just like seeing him.
I saw his regular person style,
You
and
just
then
like-
he was in a cowboy outfit.
We stood on top of mountains. We'd been to space before. We had our dogs and houses. We dug up dinosaurs. We built those bombs are dropping. We fought in all their wars. Now that the sky's falling, what did we do it for?
Feels like the end is near, our freedom's disappearing. People playing God, call it genetic engineering. Media misleading us and evil's interfering. While the government we need became the power that we're fearing. Our billionaires are going to space, don't blame them for leaving. Birds are falling out the air, fish washing up on our beaches. This is end times, humans got a deadline. Children are the future till we ruin them with headlines. Should be past their bedtime, but everyone's woke. They told us chase a dollar that made everyone broke. I feel like cryptocurrency is probably our last financial hope. Soon enough the government will leave your bank account froze.
Do you think you feel like cryptocurrency is our last hope?
No. I feel like there's a lot of mixed messages in his theology, in the verses in this.
It really, looking at this, it feels like he believes in aliens. Like he believes what he's saying. Like it's the end of the world, aliens are coming. And it's hard to be a Christian and believe that aliens are coming.
Well, I believe they might be called aliens, but they're demonic creatures. And I believe that's what the people think aliens
All
are.
right, we've had your creepy discussion before.
But have you seen Tucker Carlson on that podcast talking about aliens 100% real? We got the facts.
No.
Oh my gosh, you got to watch it. It's mind blowing.
Okay.
Sorry.
But this whole thing makes me feel like he thinks aliens are here, they're coming.
Well, it almost sounds like he believes in, like, there's two ways to talk about the Great Reset, where it's just a financial thing, but then there's also the Great Reset of humanity. It sounds like he thinks, oh, we're about to get reset as humans.
Yeah. So this sounds a lot like when I talk to some of my Christian friends or whatever too. It's like they're same thing. It's like we can get worked up about government, we can get worked up about this and the other, but at the end of the day, we're just one of the civilizations that have been here.
Yeah.
Our time may be up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
who
that sounds like
cares?
what he's saying.
And it's very much sounds like he's saying like we don't even have to worry about the fact that this current administration is a bunch of wackadoos because
It's about to start
aliens
over
are
again.
coming. So
Yeah.
I have heard all that stuff about every time we dropped an atomic bomb of any kind, like the aliens got things happened on the planet because it shook their stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm getting my tinfoil hat.
Judgment day is coming, you can run or you can stand and fight. Panic in the dark or lead rebellions by the candlelight. This ain't your granddaddy's planet Earth, it's black and white. The end is coming, I'll see y'all in the afterlife.
If it's the end of the world, I will do better next time. Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. If it's the end of the world, I know that I have lived my life to the fullest. Yeah, the fullest.
This is Dad.
We stood on top of mountains. We've been to space before. We had our dogs and houses. We dug up dinosaurs. We built those bombs are dropping. We fought in all their wars. Now that the sky's falling, what did we do it? It's the end of the world as we know it. It's our fault that it's over.
While we look down at our phones, they'll drop a bomb from a drone, then an explosion. We should have known it.
We stood on top of mountains.
That made me think different about the song.
What?
I think he believes the government is creating the alien scares. Because he said we'll be looking at our phones when they drop the bomb on us. Like, it very much feels like he's saying the aliens aren't real. We just have been so complacent for so long. The government's got all the control. They're going to nuke us.
I
And
think you're reading a lot into that.
well,
We'll keep going.
that line very much, that whole thing changed me. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I feel like the whole scope of this, my vibe on the video changed. Like, you don't really believe in aliens.
Well, I was curious as to why they made it look so much like the movie Nope. Visually, it's all there.
We've been to space before. We had our dogs and houses. We dug up dinosaurs.
there are things I like about this more than others of his music. Maybe it's just the chorus, and I'm not the biggest rap person, so maybe it's just the feel of the song I'm enjoying, but I can't get behind the theology of it, but it's entertaining.
Melodically, there's a lot going on
Yeah.
musically that's really cool, because you've got the da-da-da on top of mountains, we've got the many wars. It's like its own thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's got that counter melody, do-do-do-do-do, little guitar doing a thing. So it's like there's a lot to process. There's a lot of ear candy, as we call
Yeah.
it, like going on, which is awesome. But for me, anytime he does a song that's like kind of different off the Tom Macdonald beaten path, I get excited.
Yeah.
It's like the first time I heard Buttholes, I was like, this is unreal. This is not like Tom Macdonald. It's totally different. And this having this very distinct message about it could be aliens, could be the government, could be whatever.
Well,
like
he starts naming stuff. We've been to outer space. We've dug up dinosaurs. And he's naming a whole lot of stuff that I don't believe
controversial.
in. And I'm wondering,
I mean, if the
is
Earth's
that
only
on,
6,000 years old, how could there be dinosaurs, Chandra?
but I'm saying, is that on purpose?
Probably. He did the same thing in Buttholes. He named all the unpopular opinions. Just hearing it in this song, I don't know that he believes exactly, like, oh, we did dig up the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are like, I don't think this song is a declaration of his ideology on or his thoughts on those things. But his history will say that's what we did.
Yeah.
We went to the moon.
Did we?
There was some interview with Buzz Aldrin where they asked him a question.
Yeah.
He saw that and he's like, "It would have been scary if it happened."
Well, yeah, it was filmed for sure. It was created. There's no doubt.
Oh, so overall, what do you think about this one?
Musically, 9. Like it's up there.
Yeah,
But I don't agree with so much in it.
does it create inner turmoil in you, and so you're like, you don't like wrestling with those feelings afterwards? You're like, I'd rather not hear that because it makes me think in a way that
I just don't relate to those things. But I like the overall feel of the song, and I like the points he's kind of
Yeah.
getting to. Almost like the silliness of humanity. Look at all we've done, and it's bullcrap. We're going to die anyways.
it feels like a veiled way to say what he really wants to say.
Yeah.
To me, if he talks about government and all these conspiracy theories like legitimately, he'll get demonetized from YouTube or something. So he's making it all aliens, and he can just say what he wants. Like, the aliens are coming, guys, so I can say whatever I want.
wonder if he wrote all this by himself, or him and that country guy wrote it together, or the country guy came in with the chorus like, oh, this is what I want to say, and then...
I would anticipate that him, Nova, and Rich wrote it together.
How did that collab happen? Did they just meet in a club somewhere or something?
That or
That's funny.
he reached out to him. One of them reached out either way, I really, really like this song. It doesn't have like the tempo, upbeat kind of feel. It's more of a, just because of the way the guitar thing goes, it's more of like a driving song. That's like a cruising down the street kind of song, or like Route 66 kind of song. But I think it's a playful way to get to say what you really want to say and not and nobody get mad at you. I don't think he believes in aliens, really.
I just feel like so many times he hits the bullseye, and I feel like he was just dancing around the perimeter with everything, and I never got that bullseye hit I was waiting on.
Maybe it's because of the success of Ghost. He was hoping to have another song successful, and he knew if it was too controversial, it wouldn't. If too many people could argue with it, it wouldn't be as big a success.
Do you think he is trying to be more commercial, less divisive in that way?
I have no way of telling that, because that would depend on if he liked what happened with Ghost, and he still felt like he was able to be himself. Then I could see him trying to be more of that, engineer that kind of thing. But if he saw what happened with Ghost and then said, "Oh man, I can't do 20 ghosts and be my true self, kind of be true to who I am as an artist," then I don't see him doing that. So it's just a question of, you'd have to know him at that point. Me personally, I feel like this song, There are elements that make me feel like it was designed to try and be a single, because you've got like you're collabing with another artist who's from a different genre, so you're trying to pull different audiences together. Like some of that feels intentional.
Yeah.
You know. And then the subject matter is interesting enough to make people want to listen to it. Have you heard that new song, Tom Macdonald, End of the World? Like, it's the whole video is about aliens and stuff. It's crazy. He says some crazy stuff. But it's not divisive.
Yeah.
You know, like some of his other stuff would be. Maybe that's his goal. Maybe he wants things that are, maybe he wants to be more unifying as a whole.
Yeah, and he did project that feeling of, we're approaching something's going on here.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
And I think everybody's feeling it. And okay, let's just say for a minute, we're not approaching the end of the world. Why do we all feel like we are?
Okay, so this is interesting. I didn't know we were going to have this conversation. But I believe it either God's coming back or it's the end of our Western civilization. We've had a good run, but it's the end of it. And part of that is
like empires have risen and fallen for thousands of years.
It may be,
we're not special.
We may just be approaching the end of our civilization as we know it, and if so, hey, and God's still got hundreds of years till he comes back.
Yeah.
But that's the only two things. I feel like either God's coming back really, really soon, or this is the end of our civilization as we know it.
I was listening to a preacher just last night on TikTok talking about how the fall of the American economy, and he's talking about Brazil and China and what they've done with the dollars and all this stuff, and he's like, it's happening Monday. And so I woke up this morning like, well, do I have a bank account today? Like,
yeah,
it gives you that feeling.
There's a lot of wisdom in the Bible and these ancient recordings. There's a lot of wisdom to be gleaned from these things for sure. And one thing is cultural wisdom, and you can see it in the days of Joseph in Egypt. He said, listen, we're going to have a massive, like we're going to have 7 years of just plenteous. It's going to be plentiful, right? But then we're going to have 7 years of famine. And we're going to have to plan for that. So what do? They stored up. They stored up and stored up and stored up, and they didn't spend as lavishly as they could. Here's the problem with America and Western culture is we never did that. We just spent as wild as we wanted to, lived as wild as we wanted to, and didn't put anything back.
Yeah.
So now we've got $32 trillion of debt. You know, we always have a deficit basically every year, more or less. And that debt is $32 trillion is impossible. You can't even. It's so much money. It's ridiculous. Should never have happened. And everyone should have been comfortable for years, especially after the Depression or whatever. Everyone should have been like, okay, hey, this is hard times. We need to figure out how to live by less means. We need to figure out how to stay debt free. We need to live smaller than we can be. We need to be careful, be patient, be diligent, be good stewards of what we have for the hard times that could come. You know, once the Depression kind of eased and we had this boom afterwards, like the boomers age and all that stuff, like we should have been storing back. We should have been preparing. Okay,
say Jesus isn't coming back right now.
Yes.
And this is just the fall of America type situation.
Yeah.
I'd feel like we're lucky to live in the Appalachia area. I mean, we know how to farm. We know how to hunt here, stuff like that. We got good community and good Christians. What if you live in Chicago? What are they going to do?
They make fun of rural people all the time, but they wouldn't survive one day on Pappy's farm. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they don't.
The big cities are. It's scary to think about what'll happen.
I heard a comic say this once, like you can't eat a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys out there making fun of people in New York, making fun of rural people, but you can't eat a podcast. You know, like there's no. What are you going to do without your soy lattes? You know what I'm saying? Like either you take these happenings and wake up and start changing some things about your life, or you just be grateful that you lived in the best country in the world for as long as you did. Because your whole existence could have been worse from the start. You could have had... I have 39 years in the best country ever. The amount of problems I've had in my life are minuscule compared to some other people on the planet. So if tomorrow this whole thing got turned upside down and Japanese invaders are coming across... You know what I'm saying? If tomorrow we are invaded and destroyed, I lived my whole life in the best country on the planet. So I just feel like you count your blessings.
I kind of feel like that's what the country guy was saying in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that way I relate to it so much. It's like, heck, I lived I had a great life. It's all ending. Pouring out for the homies and move on. You know, like we had a good run. It's like that joke from Dane Cook where he says, what if the aliens do come and the mothership drops and out of the mothership comes 100-foot tall Native American Indians?
I don't think that's funny.
It's hilarious. He'd be like, okay, America, we had a good run. We did some things. All right, it's over.
If I had my preference, though, I get to live an old, boring life. I don't want to be here for the end of the world or Jesus coming back or the fall of America. I don't want to do all that.
Honestly, if I have my preference, the Lord comes very soon before it gets any worse, and everybody I love gets to go to heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is great, because then heaven can start very soon. Like, you know, why not at that point? If you like this clip from the Not Gospel Studios channel, don't forget to share. Click on one of the other links and videos. You can find them here and here, and subscribe. I think it's down here. Tell your friends about us. Tell them that it's healthy, that it's vegan, and all of those things. Keep being awesome, because that's how God made you.